Hello and welcome to the Ross Cloud Podcast. I'm your host, Carl Ross Sr. And this platform was created to motivate and to inspire in hopes that you will become a better you. Listen, I'd like to give a shout out to everybody listening all over the world. Thank you guys for supporting and being a part of this wonderful culture that we're creating here at Ross Cloud Podcast. And I'm here with one of my hostess with the mostest, Miss Candi T.Jeter. How are you, Candi?
Hello, Chris. How are you?
Wonderful.
Good. How's everybody out there?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday.
I know, right? How was yours?
It was awesome. I mean, I had to get back on track with my food, but it was great. I gained about 3 pounds. Now I got to get that off.
Man, talk about it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I ate, man.
Yeah, I had pies and cakes. I got
dressing.
the sweets this year.
Okay, you did.
Yeah, I did the sweets this year. So yeah,
man, I'm big on dressing, man.
Oh, I love dressing. I love I love dressing so much. I make my own and bring it to the party.
You know, man, I freaking love dressing.
Me too.
All right, so I'm going to shout the same thing Candi did. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And we back into the mix, and thank you guys for being patient with us. We took a week off, a well-deserved week off for everybody.
Yes.
So we are back on the air. And, you know, today we, as we were sitting here like we always do, we was like, man, what are we going to talk about today? And we came up with a topic that we thought would be befitting. And before we get started, though, I definitely want to give a shout out to Brittany Griner. Let's make sure we continue to keep her in our prayers, that God will protect her. And let's just send some great energy over to Miss Brittany Griner. You're missed over here. We love you, sister. And, you know, there's an incident that happened right here. Well, it happened in Mexico, am I right?
Yes.
Happened in Mexico, but the young lady's from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Is she from Winston-Salem, North Carolina? Or did she just go to Winston-Salem State?
Well, she's from Charlotte, but
okay,
she
Charlotte,
also has some
family
some
members.
of the people were from Greensboro.
Okay,
well.
Gotcha. So it's a North Carolina thing.
It's a North Carolina thing.
And young lady lost her life, and our condolences to their family and friends.
Yes.
And
Shanquilla Robinson.
Shanquilla Robinson, exactly. Mm-hmm. And you know, we won't touch on it too much out of respect for the family, but you know, it's a horrific thing happened and in Mexico, and you know, someone lost their life. And so our topic that we chose based off of that is friendship, you know, knowing who your friends are, you know, who are you around? And I know that's a tough one because we don't always know who our friends are.
Right.
We really don't. We don't know if a person is jealous of us or there's this hidden hate on the inside. And you know, one of the questions you would ask is, why are you hating on them? Is it something that's missing out of your life that they happen to have and you don't have? You know, I don't know. Did she come out of a 2-parent home?
Yeah, it seems as though she did, because both of her parents seem to be in the same place sometimes when they're talking, but I'm not really sure. Yeah,
you know, it's just real unfortunate.
Because her father has been very vocal.
Very vocal. Mm-hmm. And by all means, he should be.
Yeah.
By all means, he should be. That could happen to any of our children.
Oh, man.
You know,
yeah. And I mean, those are people that you've had dinner with,
you know,
you've invited over to your house, that you've introduced to your family.
Yes.
And so
clearly he knew them.
Yeah.
The father.
Yeah.
You know, so
everybody was pretty much familiar with everyone.
Yeah. It's a real unfortunate thing that has happened with this young lady. And so we wanted to just choose this topic, and that topic would be friendship. You know, and friendship.
Yeah.
Friendship. It's hard to say who's your friend.
It is, because, I mean, I've lost friends along the way that I've grown up with. And even when you go back to see what the real deal is, it's nothing. It's usually just jealousy. It's an unwillingness to accept people as they are. And I think it's a natural falling away when it comes to it. But when murder is involved.
Yeah.
And some of our greatest stories are about betrayal.
Yeah.
You know,
so true.
Whether it's a Bible story, whether it's a mythology story, the greatest stories are about friends betraying friends.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, and great things come out of it.
Yeah.
I think that they're used as tools to bring about a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know, when you think about friendships, you can go as even far as husband and wife.
Definitely.
Be friends. We hear about traumatic things happening within marriages.
Yeah,
too.
they kill each other.
They kill each other.
And you're trying to figure out, okay, you had children together.
Friends at this point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So friendship, folks, is what we're talking about. And maybe this is something that probably needs, not maybe, it should be talked about, friendship. So let's give a meaning to the word friendship. It's a noun. It's the emotion or conduct of friends, the state of being friends. The second definition is a state of mutual trust and support between allied nations. Friendship. I'll give a sentence. Old ties of love and friendship. A relationship between friends. Like we stated, you know, that could be anything. You know, that could be male and male. That could be female and female, or vice versa. You know, friends, friendship. Your brother could be your best friend, you know.
True.
Yeah, yeah. Because of the friendship between our countries, we had a very frank exchange. Only friends can do that. You know, that's the only way you can do that.
Being frank with each other.
Yeah. You can be very honest and open without any repercussions happening. You know, any judgment.
Yeah.
You know, no harm. No harm to you. No jealousy. That's a friend.
Yeah.
If a person tells you the truth, we say it all the time. You know, building relationships, we've talked about it a couple of times on this platform. You know, when you're building a relationship and friendships, it's so important that you lead that friendship with love and understanding. And if you love somebody, then there's no judgment there on that individual. No judgment whatsoever. I should be able to tell you the truth. If I say I'm your friend, and if I tell you the truth, it shouldn't be any backlash from it. You can disagree,
but to have your own opinion,
right, and be done with it. I don't have to throw you under the bus because you told me something or you said something to me that
we should be able to agree to disagree,
right, and be like, well, I can't do that, or no, I don't think we should do that.
Yeah,
and then give a why or an explanation if you choose to, or no should just be. It's sufficient. It should be when you're in a friendship. So what is the real meaning of friendship? Friendship, a state of enduring affection, esteem, intimacy, and trust between two people. In all cultures, friendships are important relationships throughout a person's lifespan.
Enduring is the key word.
Enduring. Friendship.
Yep,
friendship.
Like that.
So the question is, those girls, they couldn't have been her friend at all, Candi.
But you know what I noticed is that in every betrayal, I've always gotten warnings. and you don't really want to believe them. You get little red flags, and you're like, no, people may even see it and say, so-and-so's jealous of you. Or, you might want to watch so-and-so. Your mama will tell you, they're really not your friends,
Yeah.
And you don't really want to listen. So I think that people give themselves away. I don't think that we're totally without a clue that somebody don't like us.
No, you know. We talked about this before when as it pertains to Lord, I hope I get her name right, Selena. Hispanic, the Latin star that lost her life before her time. Somebody jealous of her and envious of her, who wanted who wanted everything that she has or felt like she was entitled to have. And then when the tables turned, was like, no, I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to wear that. I don't want to wear that. And you took it a step further and you took her life. Her name
was Yolanda.
Yeah.
And it started out with Yolanda doing every single thing that Selena wanted her to do. And then she turned around and and actually just took control of everything.
Yeah.
Threw her under the bus.
Yes.
Now that was another sad story.
It's a bit much.
Very sad story.
Became possessive and controlling.
Yeah, and that was another one.
Yeah, those red flags.
Yeah.
Sometimes you miss them, when you're in that friend mode. You can miss those things.
Yeah.
Because you're not even looking for it. Tell you the truth, you're not. The furthest thing from your mind is somebody being jealous of you or hating on you or disliking you because you have a certain thing that they may want or
and
they
it
feel
always
like.
Happens when you're growing.
Always.
Just when you're growing. It's like they start coming out.
Yeah.
Just when Selena was getting to her height, her pinnacle, that's when that happened. Just when Shaquille was getting to a point where she was being very successful and having her own money and her own business and everything, they started getting jealous.
Yeah.
And it happens in, like we were talking about, marriages. If you get together with someone, I was watching something on the ID channel the other day.
Okay. Great show. I love that channel too. Go ahead.
Who the bleep did I marry?
Ooh.
Right? It was about a psychologist, a well-known psychologist in Detroit.
Yeah.
And he got a young student and he married her. Well, as long as she was the young student that needed him, he was all for her.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then when she graduated, got her master's, and then she wanted to get her doctorate degree, they ended up getting married. He became very jealous and withdrawn, and he didn't want to really support her in going on and getting her doctorate. Right? Then there would have been two doctors in the house, right?
True.
So there's that friction where when the relationship is where you're not really growing and I feel superior to you, I'm good. But as soon as you start growing, it's a problem.
It's always like that too.
It's always like that.
I never could understand that. Why don't you learn something from them?
No, why can't I piggyback off of that?
Exactly.
You getting ready to double our salary, triple our salary.
That part right there.
We can move out of here, get something bigger. We can travel more. We can do better.
Ain't that the truth?
That's
how you should look at it.
Yeah.
We hear these stories of friends coming up in the music industry. Prime example, Nelly and the Lunatics. It was like, well, how come we can't go? Now, I don't know if they said that, but Nelly pretty much was like, or his camp or his team was like, listen, I'm getting the deal. Let me go first. We talk about that all the time in here.
Yeah.
And even if it happens that one of you guys shoot to the moon.
Right.
Then that's the way the universe intended it for it to be.
Yeah.
That's the way that's the way it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what you've been through.
Right.
I don't know how long you've been going through to get to your destiny. It's not. You're not on my time frame.
Right.
When God is getting ready to pull you or your universe aligns and it's time for you to go, guess what? You got to go.
Yeah. Vice versa.
Or vice versa.
Ain't
I can't
sense
stop
in being
you.
mad.
No.
That's how it was with the Jackson 5.
That's how it was.
You got Michael Jackson coming out. You got the Braxtons.
Yes.
Tony had to come out.
Yes. Sometimes it's good to let that person go first.
Don't act like David Ruffin. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
You know what's so funny? Do you know I had a part in the show where I said that?
Really?
Yes, as a joke. Doing the show when I was on the road with the theater company, man. Yeah. And I had to say, man, ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. I actually said that. That's crazy.
Movies with those lines, priceless.
Priceless.
Man. But
I hate that.
It's sad when you have to put to rest a friendship due to jealousy. Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, it's really sad. Sometimes you have to separate it.
Yeah,
and there's those hidden jealousies that's the furthest thing from your mind. I don't think I've ever been around anybody like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I didn't look for it either, though. Mm-hmm. So that's just something you just might not even know. Mm-hmm. If somebody is jealous of you or hating on you, sometimes you don't know.
Yeah.
Because you're not thinking about that.
Your mind is somewhere else.
Your mind is somewhere else. Man, I got to figure this out.
That's so true. That's why when somebody comes to you and says, I think so-and-so jealous of you.
Yeah.
I saw the way they looked at you when you did this or when you did that.
Yeah.
People will peep that.
Oh, they will. They'll check it out real quick. If you get in the right room.
And it is hard to swallow if it's somebody you real tight with.
If it's somebody you real tight with.
Man,
I don't think so. That'll be the first thing you'll say.
Yeah.
Hey, you think that? Mm-hmm. Nah, man, I don't think that.
But why? Yeah. Because we don't see ourselves. You thinking you just
this
Chris.
Normal. Or you just Candi.
Yeah. I'm just Candi. I've been this way since I was born. I don't see nothing all that special.
Right.
But somebody else.
Yeah.
They see it.
Yeah. You're valuable.
And they want to cut it off. They want to just be like,
you'll have people talk against you before you even go anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's because they see the potential. You ain't even paying attention.
When
you're just doing what you love to do. Whatever it is.
Like Jesus. Whether Jesus existed or not, for those who don't even believe in Jesus. If you think about the concept of Jesus, it's like he has such a great responsibility placed upon him.
Absolutely, yeah.
Where I'm pretty sure when he got up, he knew that he had a purpose. He had to do this, to do that. Mm-hmm. If he's out in the street, he had to heal, or people coming to him, asking him for this and that and other. But then you had people who were jealous of him. And it's like, okay, why would you be jealous of him?
Yes.
Because he is fulfilling his purpose. I'm never jealous of somebody fulfilling their purpose.
Come on, Candi.
Because what comes with that purpose, I know ain't for me. And I don't want the struggle and responsibility that you actually had to take on in order to fulfill that purpose.
Man.
So that ain't even for me. That's like wearing a shoe that's too small.
What?
Or wearing something that's too big. It's not going to fit.
It's not going to fit.
So what are you jealous about?
You know what? That's a great analogy that you brought forth to the table. You're absolutely right. You're going to kill a man because he's telling you. I have never understood that.
Yeah.
You want to kill him because he's telling you his perspective and what God is telling him to tell you to do, and you want to crucify him for that because he telling the priest in the synagogue, hey, this right here that you doing, you wrong.
Yeah.
And you dead ass wrong for what you doing.
Yeah. And even if he wasn't even telling anybody they were wrong, even if he was just healing somebody.
He just healing somebody.
Or just chilling.
He turned water into wine.
They were so mad.
They was mad at him.
They were so mad.
And it's great. And he didn't bother nobody.
And that's how it is when somebody just singing a song.
What?
Drawing a picture. Anything that they're good at, and they've been doing it all their life, and they're not even thinking anything of it. They're just sharing their gifts and talents. Yeah. People are angry.
Yeah, we got a lot of that in our community, though. It's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate.
It is.
You know, some of our greatest leaders were killed by the hands of black people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you think about it.
That's
Malcolm
so
X, for one.
Mm-hmm.
I never could understand that. And he was trying to liberate us.
Yeah.
You know, I often wonder sometimes, like, you know, even with Martin Luther King, who snitched and told where he was going to be at that day, at that particular time, at that particular time?
Mm-hmm.
You know, who told where he was going to be?
Who sold out?
Right. It's always somebody there that tells.
Yeah.
Who told it on him? You know he gonna be down there in Memphis at that hotel now. Mm-hmm. Now, nigga, you sure you right? I'm not saying that happened.
Right.
But most of the time, I hate to say that, but we have been our worst enemies.
Yeah.
And
we really have.
We have, Candi.
Yeah.
Going back sad.
To the spouse thing.
Yes.
When a spouse commits a crime.
Yeah.
It's usually that other spouse that
talks. Right.
You know, that tells on them.
Yes.
And cops know it. They say, well, you know, if we can get to his girlfriend or his wife,
we can get to him.
Mm-hmm.
Look what's happening in the streets.
Yeah.
They killing each other in the streets, Candi.
Yeah.
You mean tell me you gonna kill Nipsey Hussle?
For what?
Just because he said to you, hey, man, I hear you. You kind of wrong out here in these streets, bro.
Yeah, see? Same thing, right?
Same thing. Mm-hmm. No, what you really was mad about is because he opened up that strip mall on the boulevard. Mm-hmm. Same place where all y'all grew up at and hung out at.
Stuff you said you wanted. He made it happen.
He made it happen.
Jealous.
Got jealous and killed him. I don't understand that, Candi.
Neither.
I just don't understand. And they took that young man's life too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Too soon. It don't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
He had plans to open up so much stuff on Crenshaw. On that, I think that's, am I right? Crenshaw Boulevard? I want to say it is. I could be wrong. Y'all forgive me because I don't want to mess up his legacy. He had a great legacy. People take that stuff serious, man.
They do.
But, he opened up that strip mall. Was doing amazing work in the community. And it wasn't just that. He had schools open up to teach children about computers, business. He was doing so much in the community.
Yeah.
And died at the hands of somebody who looked just like him.
Wow.
It's
we
really...
gotta stop it.
We got to stop it.
Mm-hmm.
So, friendship is...
it's rare.
It's very rare, Candi. It's very rare.
It's valuable.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. And if somebody say, listen, I want to go do this or I want to go do that, don't get mad at them. Still be their friend. Support them. That's what a real friend would do. Mm-hmm. That's just like if you came to me right now and you said, hey, Ross, I'm not going to be able to do this no more. Such and such. Man, what? What they say? Mm-hmm. What they offering you first? What they offering you, girl?
Yeah.
All right, well, make sure you have everything in straight. I wish you the best. I'm not going to say don't forget about me. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say that. It's your season. Mm-hmm. It's your time to fly. Baby, fly. Prime example, Wu had something he had to do. I'm going to use this as an example. Wu had something he had to do. This happened in the past. Great opportunity to do something big. I can't say exactly what it is. So I think it's a privacy thing. But this dude was an athlete. And he went and he had to shoot it. And he was supposed to be here that same day to work here, with me in the studio. So he called me up. He said, Ross, I got this great opportunity. I said, man, you better go get that money. I will be fine. I will turn these mics on and turn this machine on and keep going. That my success is not predicated on whether or not you here or not. First of all, I know who I am. And I know this has been given to me as a gift from the divine. This is a divine thing. I love doing this.
Right.
So regardless if you show up or not, I'm still going to be here. You see what I'm saying? I said, man, go get your bread. I'm happy for you. That's the attitude we have to take.
Yeah.
That's the attitude we have to have, Candi. If you got a book signing that you got to go do at Barnes and Nobles, and you're supposed to be here that night. But one thing about you, Candi, you'll call me and say, hey, I ain't going to be able to make it tonight. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. Communication. I'll see you when you get back, sis. I got you. I'll hold you down. I'm going to do me anyway. Most of the time, I got stuff pre-recorded anyway.
Yeah.
But you understand what I'm saying? We have to start being supportive of each other, which leads me to a list of 7 elements of friendship. And one of the first things that's on here, this says right here, it says, and you guys, listen, you guys can go to the website. It's wellandgood.com. It's the 7 core elements of friendship according to friendship experts. All right. Number 1, this is big too. Number 1 is reciprocity.
I say that all the time.
All the time, right? Any party to a friendship has to both give and take, says Dr. Franco. Too much giving, and you'll start to resent the other person. Too much taking, and you're not upholding your half of the friend bargain. Essentially, you both need to consent to the relationship because of the responsibility it entails, she says. Dr. Franco says. That makes sense, right?
Yes.
So number 1 on the list is reciprocity.
Yes.
Number 2, what we just was talking about a few minutes ago, support. I can't be unsupportive of your dreams and your aspirations. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that.
Yeah, because then you cut your own nose off to spite your face.
Because guess what? It's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
I don't have to tell you, don't forget about me. I don't have to tell you that. Because while you were here with me, we treated each other right. Right. I don't know what you're going to say to them. I don't know what you're going to throw me.
Exactly.
I don't know if you're going to say, Ross, look here, I got an opportunity for you. Now listen, I ain't going to pay a whole lot, but I got you.
Right.
It's a great opportunity for you. You down? Girl, I'm on the way.
Right.
That's how you do that.
But
and
if
vice
you get
versa.
an attitude right away, you done
what?
You done messed up.
Come on. What? Your friend just threw you a bone.
You have messed up.
You have messed up, right?
Do that.
And people do that.
They act ugly.
What? And probably already ugly.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
So number 2, support. Difficult scenarios tend to separate our closest friends from our less close ones for a reason. Depth of intimacy requires a friend having your back, not only when doing so is easy, but also when it's painful or tough.
Wow.
Celebrating a friend after they have a baby is just as vital as consoling them through a job loss, says Romney. Though this dimension, of support will vary across the friendship spectrum, that is, not every friend is going to be the one that visits you at the hospital, which is true. The idea is that the level of support, like energy you pour into a relationship, generally is matched and reciprocated. So number 3, boundaries. Got to set them boundaries, right?
Yeah.
Setting boundaries might sound like erecting a wall between you and a friend rather than allowing for the flow of intimacy. But in practice, boundaries can actually help outline how you'll navigate your relationship in a way that takes both people's needs, desires, and expectations into account, says Romney. Setting a boundary with a friend can be as simple as being clear about what days of the week you can or can't hang out, what activities make you uncomfortable, or what you need from them to feel supported and loved, she says. And I love what you said a few minutes ago. One of the key things you said, in order to set boundaries, you have to be an effective communicator.
Yeah.
And I know when we first started putting this together, when we first started doing this, one of the things you said to me was, I have this, and going on, Ross. And I tell you what, man, I can give you Monday. And if something comes up, I'll give you a call. That's setting a boundary.
That's right.
That's setting a boundary. And I have to respect that because I don't know what you're going through. And really, it ain't none of my business. But the boundary was set and I have to respect that boundary. Woo's the same way. Tuesday is his day for me. I got him all day. Now, he stays from morning to 1 or I think he has to go get his kids up. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then he comes back. If we have something going on, he'll come back and he'll record from 6 until, you know what I'm saying? I'll have him all day long. So that's a plus. But I have to respect those boundaries that he put in place.
Right.
That's what a real friend does, whether it's business, whether it's just casual.
And even if you get an attitude and be like, dang, I sure wish I could have you on Wednesday.
Girl, I done said it too. I done said it.
Dang, I wish. But it's not going to destroy the friendship.
No, it's not. And sometimes to your point, I'll even say, Candi, you might can show up today Thursday.
Yeah.
You say, no, Ross, now I can't. I'll see you Monday.
And every now and then.
Every now and again, you might say, all right, I come Saturday. I bet I'll see you Saturday. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay to
flexibility.
It's still okay.
Yeah.
But still there's a respect factor. You might try, but they still might say, I told you Monday.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, dog, I wish because I told Tanya that, really. I told Tanya, I said, man, I wish I would have Candi every day of the darn week.
Yeah. And I would love to come on Tuesdays with you. And
I know. Yeah. That would be awesome, man. That'd just be
have to try that once a month.
Yeah, and I get that. Yeah. I get that, man. We're not going to stretch you. We're not going to stretch you too far. And then, because I remember one time Woo was going to bend for me to do something. I said, no. If Tuesday is the day that you have and it's time for you to do whatever you need to do so far as your family and other things, then Tuesday is the day, bro.
Right.
Let me help you stick to what you said you was going to. That's respect.
Yeah.
And that's the boundary that you set. So I'm going to help you. Because you don't want to give nobody an inch.
Right.
Because I might say, well, man, can you come today? Yeah. Especially when you're trying to build something.
Exactly.
But I still have to be respectful, and those boundaries are set. No, we're going to stick. Tuesday's the day, bro. That's what we'll do. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Because I know he has a good heart. And that you have a good heart, but you still don't want to take advantage of people having a good heart.
Yeah.
And just good people.
Like, I ain't fooling with Chris no more.
That's exactly, man, I ain't fooling with that Negro. I'm done. So number 4, affection is number 4.
Oh, wow.
It might sound obvious, but you actually have to like a friend better than you would a stranger in order for the friendship to work. You don't necessarily have to love them, but you need to hold them in a positive regard and act in a way that shows your affection, says Dr. Franco. Now, by contrast, one of the most common traits in toxic relationships is one or both people tearing the other down. Ooh, that's a scary relationship to be in. You hear me? A healthy relationship is one that fills you up with energy and positivity more often than draining your emotional resources, says Dr. Romney. Often someone might stay in a negative or draining friendship merely because they've been in it for a long time or because they don't think they have handy alternatives, says Dr. Franco. But when they actually evaluate, do I like this person? They might realize they don't. And that alone can cause the friendship to suffer. That's where that passive aggressive nature, that's an ugly thing.
And when you think of marriage, it's so many that don't have the friendship quality there.
Yeah.
And that's really, really
important.
As I get older, I'm a very passionate person, and I've always thought, wow, how can somebody be with somebody and there's no passion? Yeah. But when you look at the elements of friendship, and you see how rare that is, I would take that.
Yeah, no doubt.
This point.
At this point, yeah.
But you couldn't talk to me about that at 30. I'm like, I got friends. I remember saying that. I remember saying in my 30s, I was like, man, these people out here, they married and they don't even want to touch each other. But that did say affection.
It did.
Right?
It did.
It did say affection.
It did.
But there are people that don't even want to touch each other. But now that I see how important friendship is. Because I used to say, I got friends.
Yeah.
The only thing that separates me from my husband, I was thinking, or my boyfriend, was sex.
Right.
I was like, that's the only thing that's separating us. Yeah. I got dogs.
Yeah, right.
I don't need a friend in my, you know what I'm saying? Not like that.
No, I get what you. I know where you're coming from.
I was like, I need you to bring the business.
Correct.
I mean, I just couldn't comprehend it. And I know that sounds shallow because I'm a very friendly person, very loyal. But to me, friendship is a given.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you can't come to me talking about you going to be my husband or my boyfriend and we not having sex.
Yeah, right.
But we friends. I'm like, that make you my homie.
Yeah.
And you might end up being like a brother.
Yeah, and then you can't cross the line.
I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah, and then you won't be able to cross those lines.
Yeah.
Because you've already set that in place.
Yeah, you might come and try to do something.
And I'm going to be like, boy, get
on out here.
And you know what's so funny? I think all men have found themselves in the friend zone.
Yeah.
And didn't even realize that they were.
Right.
I'm a witness to that from previous relationships. I thought I was going, you want to go out?
Yeah.
But right then and there, they was like,
Yeah.
I'm keeping him as a friend.
Because I love to laugh, but if you make me laugh too much, then I'm going to just kind of look at you like, and I'm saying all of this because we know friendship is an important element in an intimate relationship with somebody that you want to be, committed to.
Absolutely.
But it's a balance.
It is. It has to be a balance there.
Between the friendship, the romance, the obligation portion of it.
Yes.
There's so many other elements that go into that.
Yeah.
That if it's so much friendship, then you start feeling like a distant cousin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ain't nothing gonna go no further than what it is.
Ain't nothing gonna go, because when I got my divorce, that's actually how me and my children's father are.
I got you.
It's like we are family.
No doubt.
Right?
Well, technically you are.
But if I've imagined, like, what would we do if we got back, together?
I see your point.
And it would definitely just be,
wow.
That's, that's my homie.
Yeah. I see where you're going with that. Yeah.
because the other portion of the relationship has been it was actually defiled.
Yeah.
And I had to do something with it.
Yeah.
And we had to have a working relationship for the kids.
Sure.
I couldn't throw it away.
No.
So I had to remake it into a very strong
friendship. You had to do something
friendship.
different. Yeah. It had to be something.
It had to be something different. Now it's remixed.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a friendship. So if I'm drinking my water and then he like, give me a sip, I'm like, boy, you better go on.
Nah,
I don't
bro.
know where your lips be.
Right.
Drink
your own water.
But I'll go get you some water.
I'll go get you some water.
That's my dog. I ain't gonna let him, die of thirst. But you ain't gonna put your lips on my water.
Yeah.
And
I understand
had babies
that. And
together.
you had babies together, right?
It's weird.
That is weird. But
when you're trying
facts.
to,
that's
move
a good
through
point.
this life
and
keep a friendship.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's real good. What you said, that's a great analogy too, just based off of experience.
Yeah,
you've experienced that. I think we all have found ourselves in a situation where we were being, somebody of the opposite sex, and we were looking at that as a friend, but they might have been looking at you differently.
Yeah.
And because we live in you can't define relationships anymore as just male and female. So
right.
I'll be careful in how I state that, but you can find yourself in a heterosexual relationship or part of the LGBTQ community.
Mm-hmm.
You can find yourself in a situation where, you're somebody's friend and they could be looking at you as, I want to be with you.
Yeah.
I want you to be mine.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do this with you or that with you. And they're looking at you like, man, I'm just looking at you like a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can turn that around.
You
now.
You
might have to hem them up and catch them off guard.
You might have to catch them off guard with it. Yeah.
Because you gotta change that vibe.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you on the friend vibe, and then you come at it a little soft, it could turn into something. Break that barrier, that friend barrier. So I've had that situation where somebody is like, man, I'm tired of this. I'm looking at you like, and I'm like, well, hey, don't talk about it, be about it, because I automatically look at people as friends.
Absolutely.
And I am good at building friendship. Mm-hmm. If you don't go ahead, I don't even if I am initially attracted to you.
Sure.
If you don't go ahead and declare that, then I know how to keep it like that.
Yeah.
Right? The way I think. I know how to keep it like that. Okay, well, this is what it is.
Yes.
I can be this.
Sure.
So if you wait on me,
and
that's this is a weird little conversation. I didn't mean to take it this direction.
No, you're fine because I think these we always talk about being having we always hear those songs, friends before lovers or lovers before friends, however it is. So it's ironic that we had this conversation though, because I think these are kind of conversations we should have. Because again, the premise of the show is to help people become better. And how else can they come better unless we talk about some of our experiences, some of the things that we've gone through, maybe some of the things we might have done in order kind of people to kind of just be enlightened, or, we illuminate this thing a little bit so people can see from our perspective of friendship and how we talk about it. So I think this is good. I still got a list here.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. We'll come back. We'll come back though. But I still like that though, because it's a very important part of a relationship. Friendships.
Yeah.
They're so important. Even if you're not married. Mm-hmm. A marriage, definitely that needs to be your friend. Mm-hmm. And so you have to ask yourself, would I hurt my friend? That, as we were talking about it earlier. Okay, we're going to come back to this. This is good. Number 5 is ease. A friendship can flourish only when both people in it feel comfortable around each other.
Oh, man.
I love that.
I love that.
Yes. If you always feel like you need to be on guard, like you're walking on eggshells,
yes,
you won't reap the social health benefits of true friendships.
Come on, somebody.
Says Dr. Franco.
That's number one.
It should be right. Ease, right?
That's number one,
man.
Because you got a hard world out here. It's a lot of stuff going on. We just got through talking about friends killing friends.
Yeah.
People getting divorced, and you're going out here and you're working and you're paying bills and you're doing all this stuff.
Yes, Candi.
If I can't come around you,
Lord have mercy,
and it's easy, I don't want it.
I don't want it. Right? I'm good. Yeah,
I'm good
because it shouldn't be hard. Oh
come
my
on now.
God. That should be like
life is hard.
Yes,
but
not
our friendship should be easy.
It should be easy
so that we can weather the storm of life.
Yes, facts.
Go ahead.
Facts. I love it. I absolutely love it. In that vein, a good friendship also has to be void of any power dynamics. She adds, again, this is Dr. Franco talking about this ease, number 5, and it's at wellandgood.com. So go back and use this as a resource, awesome resource. If one person holds more power than the other, the second person can never really be at ease or have the latitude to be their authentic self and get their needs met. Mm-hmm. And I love it. Mm-hmm. So see how ease works with getting your needs met?
Yes. No power struggle.
No power struggle whatsoever. Yeah. Just get your needs met.
Yeah.
It should be easy in a friendship, which goes back to marriage and friendship.
Yes.
It shouldn't be a power struggle there. Right. We have to learn to love each other for who they are and deal with it. You know, just to bring up this right here, there's a situation that I saw on television. You might have seen it too. It happened years and years and years ago. You know, when everybody was coming out the closet, and I'm making reference to the LGBT community, right? And so to make reference to this, this is the only way that I can explain it, right? I wouldn't do it, but just based off of this, the ease of this friendship and relationship that this husband and wife had for each other. Mm-hmm. And so what happened was the couple was together. And in this private time, the husband was putting on women clothing. You know, he wanted to dress like, if you might have seen that. This was a story a long time ago. Mm-hmm. But the point,
it's a few of those stories.
It's a few of those stories. That's probably not the only one. I think this one probably was the one that was talked about the most, right? So, you know, but it was so easy for the wife. The wife forgave him.
Right.
The wife forgave, and they had a daughter. The wife forgave either daughter or a son, but I'm thinking it might have been a daughter, though. So they ended up staying together. They never divorced. He lived his life as a woman, and they became...
Were they still intimate?
You know, that's a great question. I don't know.
Because, I mean, if I'm raising kids with you... Yeah. I could possibly do that as long as we're not intimate.
And see, I don't think... You know what? I don't know if they were intimate. I think he lived his life, the rest of his life, as a female, and they raised their daughter. Yeah, daughter, very, I mean, fine. But the point that I'm making in that is just the ease of that.
And they probably
and he was
had
honest.
An easy relationship.
It probably did,
except for that
one part. He came forth and told her the truth, though.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, see, that part right there, that's the ease of it.
He probably didn't take her through a whole lot of mess.
He told her.
And then he's like, okay, I got to tell you this. I'm telling you, man, that makes a huge...
It makes a huge difference. And that would be for, even if it was...
him just cheating,
period.
And that's what I'm saying.
If he came in and told his wife that, I think the transition for any relationship would be their way if honesty was at the forefront of it. it's the only way that it can work, Candi. And if they are your friend, like we just stated, it would be number 5. It would be at ease.
It would be easy.
Nobody would be mad. Nobody be trying to. You probably, man, it'll probably be so easy. I ain't gonna say they won't be mad.
They'll be disappointed.
They'll be disappointed.
Hurt. But I think that the honesty strengthens the relationship.
I think it does too.
If you come to me and you say, man, I know you're going to be mad.
Yep.
But I really feel like I should have been a woman. And I want to wear these clothes and I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do the other.
Right.
Now, I'm going to assume that he did not take her
I don't know.
Lies and deceit.
I don't know.
And spending their money on seedy hotels.
Correct.
And doing all of this old crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Exposing her to diseases and all that kind of stuff.
Correct.
If he didn't do any of that, that means that the friendship was intact.
It was intact, Candi.
And that he came to her and that was actually a gift.
I think so
that
too.
He gave her.
Now, it probably,
to give her that choice.
It probably hurt like hell.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I still think being honest, I would say it would soften the blow, but I can't say that because each person, everybody's different.
Yeah.
But even if it was a male-female, that was a male-female relationship, but let's say the tables were turned and it was a female he was dealing with outside the relationship. I would imagine that depending on who the wife is, or vice versa, maybe it could be a female that has a male she's dealing with outside the relationship, or a female, and she come and being honest. Again, we're just talking about the ease that you should have within a relationship.
Not punishing people.
Not punishing people.
Thank you. Coming to you with the truth.
Thank you, Candi.
And
if we're friends, again, if your spouse is your friend
and we're parents,
then it should be easy for me to say, hey, I messed up. And I'll be honest with you, it's easier said than done. I've done some wrong in previous relationships and I didn't say a word. I got caught out there. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't say nothing.
Yeah.
I'm like, Usher, I got caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, but hindsight, when you look back at those mistakes, you're able to assess them and say, damn, it probably could have been a little better had I said, look, man.
But I don't think, let's go back and let's look at honesty.
Okay,
because that's a part of friendship.
Absolutely.
Are you done with that list?
No, I'm not done with it, but it's
ahead.
so good.
It's
so good, though. Don't lose your train of thought. Mm-hmm. Please don't. Please don't lose your train of thought because this is good. So we're on the 7th element. Okay, number 6, vulnerability.
Oh, yeah, wow.
So all of this is
That's what that is, it's being vulnerable.
You got to be vulnerable in order to be in these relationships and to be a friend.
Yeah.
So when we share privileged information, disclose personal feelings, safety zone.
Dang, I was just saying that.
Yeah. And accept support, we build intimacy in our friendship, says Dr. Romney. While this element of friendship would be that much more potent with a close friend, feeling able to share some degree of personal information with any friend is necessary for a below surface level connection. Mm-hmm. An ability to be vulnerable is also both an indicator that you have a foundation of trust in place, which is necessary for basically any relationship.
There we go.
And a way to foster even more trust to fiduciary relationship. We got to have it.
Telling you.
Yeah.
And when you share your truth with someone, that's an investment. That means that I have nailed this thing. That's a nail in the coffin right there.
Come on,
I done
girl.
nailed this thing down.
Come on.
Because I shared something with you that I haven't shared with anybody else.
Correct. Right.
Right.
I need for you to keep that.
Yeah. And so that builds intimacy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you take it and use it against me.
Oh, that ain't no friend.
That is not a friend.
That's dirty.
That's dirty.
You ain't right.
Right.
But we see it happen.
All the time.
We see it happen. And then you have to question whether or not they really was your friend. You mean tell me you're going to out me? And I shared that with you?
Yeah.
And you gave me advice? And you said you wasn't going to tell? No, we ain't friends.
Right.
We ain't never been friends if you did that. So number 7, predictability. While any friendship can ebb and flow over time, some consistent sense of forward momentum is necessary to keep intact. In other words, there need to be clear. No, did they write that right? Or I'm reading it wrong. There need to be clear expectations for the level of communication and connection you'll have with a friend, whether that means texting every day, calling every day, or getting together for a longer catch-up once a month, says Dr. Romney.
Consistency.
Yeah.
Predictability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are great words, too.
I'm telling you, man. That's an awesome list.
That's an awesome list. And those were the seven qualities of a healthy friendship.
Yeah.
And those are the 7 core elements of friendship, according to friendship experts. And listen, you can go back again and read more on this in your spare time. Go to wellandgood.com. That's wellandgood.com. These are 7 core elements of friendship, according to friendship experts.
See, a lot of times when I think of friendship, marriage, partnership, I'm thinking, I'm a very fatalistic person, so I'm always thinking, if we were kidnapped, or if we were prisoners of war, or if we were somewhere where it was just 2 of us and we were being held hostage, or we were in serious trouble, how would we work together to save each other's lives? Right? And that is how I look at my partnerships, whether it be a friendship, a marriage, or a intimate relationship. I'm always like, if we get in a bind, what are we going to do? At each point, you know, if it comes down to the wire, who's going to give up their life for the other?
I love that, though.
Yeah.
I love that, though. You know,
how we going to roll? Who's going to go get help?
You know what? That's a great word that you use, too, because when I think about that word, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about what happened in the movie. Oh, man, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. The Titanic.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. He was willing to suffer with hypothermia for her to continue to float on the boat and her live her life, and he just died. What an awesome love story, too. I ain't gonna even front.
It was.
I'm a shameless romantic, though. That's a dope. Even when I think about the movie Love Jones. Yeah. That was a good movie. You know, when you think about that, you know, just all of that. Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
You know, we can go back even further, you know.
Yeah. How far will you go? Yeah. You know, because that's what relationships are. It's about getting out of this thing alive. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So if I marry you, are you going to kill me? Oh, Lord. Or make me wish I was dead? Oh, Lord. Because you're so hard to get along with? Yeah. Yeah. Or are we going to utilize our superpowers together to get through this life and tell the whole world to kiss our asses?
You know?
Right?
You know? That's a great way to look at it.
Do that,
then we don't need to be together.
I'm not fooling with you.
Nah.
I'm not fooling with you.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
And that is why I had to clean up all of the debris in my marriage for the sake of my children, because regardless, we still a team.
At the end of the day, you know, I wish people could really wrap their mind around that when it comes to co-parenting.
Yeah.
That you still you have to work together. It's a team effort.
You're a team until you die.
Until you die. Because at the end of the day, I can't say anything bad about your mother. That's your mama.
Yeah.
And if we can wrap our minds, I can't say nothing bad about that's your daddy. His blood pumping in you.
Yeah. And if we're all on a boat together, I don't want
nobody to die.
You don't want nobody to die.
At the end of the day,
because your child is going to be looking at you, Daddy, can you help Mama? And you're not even, you don't even like her.
You don't even like her.
Right?
Lord help us all.
But because you are a daddy and you looking in that child's eyes at the fear that they have of their mother possibly dying.
Yeah.
Then you will try to save the mother to spare your child the pain.
Yeah.
You're connected whether you like it or not.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we have to find friendship inside of us in every angle, whether it be a boss, whether it be a coworker, whether it be an ex, whatever it is.
Yes.
Because you gotta get shit done. Things have to be done.
Man, they have to be done. And I like what you said. We have to put some perspective on that because everybody ain't built that way in these relationships.
No, they're not.
In co-parenting, some people are thinking one way about it, and no, we ain't together. I don't want nothing to happen to you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to come to your aid at every...
definitely.
Come on now. You need to do something for yourself too now. You lost some of those privileges.
Manipulation.
Thank you. Now, you lost some of those privileges when we divorced.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Come on now. Now, you lost some of those privileges now.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
I got this, I got that, I'll take care of that. Or if you sending child support. Now, it ain't my job to pay your light bill for you.
Yeah.
But it is my job to make sure that child support check hits every month.
Yeah.
If there's some extra things that he just might need and I can handle it, okay, I got you. But we can't overdo that because there's 3/4 of his check coming out every month.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to say that. You got to say it. You got to say it.
Yeah, those are the practical things. I was thinking more fatalistic stuff.
Yeah.
But
the practical things, like, yes, it is a team effort, but, we want to put some perspective on it, too. No, he ain't supposed to be taking care of everything in the household. If that's the case, he's still getting them goodies.
Right.
Come on now.
Right.
Vice versa.
We're talking about friendship.
Yeah, we're talking about friendship. All right.
We're just talking about friendship. We're talking about when the goodies are gone.
Yes, sir. That we need to be friends for these babies.
That's all.
And Lord, hopefully, we're saying something today that can help somebody become better. But before we go, you mentioned honesty. So I'm going to read this definition before we close out. Okay. But it's honesty. But if you want to elaborate on it, feel free to do so. You don't want to? All right, then. Honest. Free of deceit and untruthfulness, sincere. Used to persuade someone of the truth of something. Honesty. You'll like it when you get their honest opinion. I haven't been totally honest with you. These are just ways that they're using the word honest. So honesty is a big part of friendship, guys. Yeah. We don't say anything else. That's definitely that should be at the top of the list. Mm-hmm. Just be honest with your friend, with your partner, casual relationship, friendships. There should be an element of honesty that sits in those relationships. Mm-hmm. When you're in the corporate world, they'll say, if I do share a relationship we have with each other, meaning this is what we discussed from the beginning. This is what we said about the numbers. This is what you said you was going to give me at the end of the quarter. Yeah. So we have that business relationship. See, this thing go more than what we think. It goes into the business world too. Scale. It's a scale. You're right. It goes into the business world, goes into family, friends, wives. This thing is serious. And the last thing we want to do, we don't want anyone to lose their lives.
Right.
So make sure you pick and choose your friends wisely. Mm-hmm. business partners, as Candi stated before, you should get to know the person that you're getting ready to spend the rest of your life with. And I know it's not easy to say. I mean, it's almost like you're playing craps.
Yeah, right.
And the unfortunate thing is with your life, once you say I do, and that thing can hurt. You know, it can take you down if you allow it to, but you can recover. And hopefully we've said something, though, again, to you guys that can help you become better. And listen, this is our topic for today, friendship. And, love each other. Be true to your friends. Get rid of all jealousy and malice that's in your heart, and care for each other. You only got one life to live. And so listen, condolences to the family.
Oh, Shanquilla Robinson.
Yes, condolences to Shanquilla Robinson and her family. Listen, man, over here, man, we love you over here at the Ross Cloud Podcast, and we're sending up prayers and we're sending good energy your way in hopes that the healing process will begin for you, for your family. And again, to anyone that has lost a loved one or senseless crime or anything, man, we send love. We still hearing about the gun violence, and we send love to the folks in Chesapeake, Virginia, where the Walmart got shot up, a mass shooter in that area. So listen, we're praying for everyone that's dealing with the mass shootings that have been happening across America. To those at the Q, I think it was the Q Club. We're praying for you all, because no one deserves to have just an act of violence happen on them through gun violence. No one deserves that. So listen, love each other and care for each other. And listen, make it a great day and keep being great. Make sure you check us out on YouTube at Lunchbox Dreams Media Group, LLC. And make sure you check out the Ross Cloud Podcast wherever you listen to your podcast. I'm Carl Ross Sr.
And I am Candi T.Jeter.
Make it a great day. Peace.